recording.
We're recording. Excellent. We are so thrilled. For us, this will be going to our community, but we're also in Deborah's community right now and getting ready for the Coaching Evolution Summit. We are thrilled to have Deborah with us. And I really think she's going to speak to an aspect which you wouldn't normally hear at a coaching summit. But that's one of the reasons why I really wanted to have her on board and bring this piece in this aspect to it. So first off, Deborah, I want to invite you to go ahead and introduce yourself to those watching.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Jason, Laura. I'm thrilled to be a part of the summit. And for those of you who don't know me, my name is Deborah. I go by Deborah Cat. I am the host of the Better Sex podcast. I also am the leader of the Better Sex community because I truly believe that better sex creates better humans and a better world. I work with singles and couples, supporting them in having better sex and satisfying relationships. My latest coaching "What do you do" statement is, I support the best sex of your life with the person you love.
Excellent. I love it. And, with coaching, right now, some of us would say coaching is going through a little bit of a change, an evolution, if you will. And I'm kind of curious how you see that, especially in your industry. Does it affect it at all? Does it affect you as a coach? How are you seeing it?
Yeah. Well, I mean, so first of all, I have to say, I've been in the coaching world backstage and in front for over 20 years. And yes, I have seen a lot of changes. I've seen it go from, back in the day when pretty much we were talking about the Tony Robbins style of coach and, the go, go, go style of coach. And then we sort of swung the other direction, which was the spiritual coach and the feel it coach. And so I think, we've gone through all of these different steps. And we're starting to kind of come into much more of a nuanced version, because the reality is that there's all sorts of different people and we are motivated by different things, right? So for a long time, we had the maps and the road maps and the compasses and this is the way to do it. And one of the things I'm seeing more of is actually, these are some of the things that I've seen work in the world. What actually works for you? And, one of the things that, of course, is changing everything is the way that we interact with AI. And one of the things that I'm really learning, and this is bottom line coaching, it's all about the questions you ask, right? Way back in the day, one of my coaches said, the quality of your life is based on the quality of the questions you're asking. And if you're asking crap-ass questions, you're going to end up with a crap-ass life. And, that seems to be translating to what we're talking about today in terms of how do we navigate things and how do we allow ourselves to be coached and to coach? And I think sometimes when we look for the pat answer or the roadmap or this is the way it is, that may not be the right question to be asking, right? Yes, we're always looking for where do you want to end up, but we also want to ask, how do you want to get there? At least I want to ask how to get there, right? Because, maybe I want to take a freeway to get there, but maybe I want to take the back roads. And, I am dedicated to enjoying my one very short life. Like, we're in these bodies for a short time. There are days when it feels like an eternity, but, we're really here for a short time. And so for me, looking at how can we better connect? How can we ask better questions? How can we ask the kinds of questions that are going to open someone up versus bring someone down? I think one of the things I used to see in the coaching industry, and I don't see it so much anymore, is sort of this what do I want to say? It's like, if you don't do it right, or if this technique doesn't work for you, it's because you did it wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Versus if if you're not getting the result that you desire, maybe we need to tweak it. Maybe we need to find something completely different because we're starting to see people more as individuals, I believe. So anyway, there you go.
I love it. I absolutely love it. And we just had another talk and questions came up as well, asking good questions, bad questions in, bad answers out. So it's just interesting that you brought that up as well. So now you are speaking on Saturday, 5 p.m. Oh, yep, 5 p.m. Eastern. And can you give folks just a little teaser as to what you are going to be talking about?
Yeah, absolutely. So, it kind of a little bit of what I was talking about earlier. Like there is structure, and structure is going to help you to, get to where you're going. But like, the creativity, the energy behind how we get there is really important. And the way that we approach the uh, the problem or the question that we're solving, has a lot to do with the energy that we bring. And I believe that, well, in my world, I come from a Tantra background, and we talk a lot about sexual energy being creative energy. And what I mean by that is, yes, it can create babies, but it can also create empires. It can create incredible businesses. It can create incredible connections and relationships. And so, how do we use this creative energy to create more of what we want in the world? And how do we do it in a place of, I use the word turn on, some people use aliveness, but that bubbly feeling that is visceral. And how do we use this to move our businesses forward, to connect more with our clients and whatnot? And how do we develop this in ourselves, right? And so my talk is going to be very interactive. In terms of, I'm going to ask you to breathe. I'll probably ask you to wiggle. I might even ask you to write something down. But we're all going to be looking at this idea of how do we get ourselves turned on and feeling alive so that we can do the things we need to do. I just this morning, I was looking at, I was writing a post about the summit. And I was talking to my copywriter about this, and she was like, you're talking about bringing turn on into the space, and I'm not feeling it in your copy, right? So I was like, so, we did a little practice, we did a little breathing, we did a little moving, and we, created a much more alive, a much more fun post to email to send out about the summit. So
I love it. It's business coaching from the sex coach and tying it all together. And like what? Like that's just amazing. But you're right. Like you talked about creating babies, but it's also creating empires, and it's all the same thing. I think oftentimes when we are launching something, we talk about launching our baby, or if we're starting a school or whatever it is, it truly is that like that energy, that creative energy. And I love that you're bringing the two together. And so I'm super excited. And I always love an interactive talk, the ones where you're just sitting in the background, or in the back of the class, video
yeah.
off, but this sounds like
Well,
it's going to be great.
thank you. Thank you. And, hearing you say that, like, there is a reason that we stepped into this, right? Like, I mean, for me, part of the reason that I stepped into this is I got fired from all of my corporate jobs, right? But, there is a reason that we move towards something. Whether it's a relationship, whether it's a baby, whether it's a business, it's like there's a desire underneath there that is like when we nurture that desire, when we put our creative energy with it, it's like it's so much more expansive. And the other thing, and I'll say this about the circling back around to the question about the coaching industry is it's like I think another thing that's really changed about the coaching industry is that we're starting to talk about what is the scale that is right for you, right? I don't know if you remember this, but like I want to say even 5 years, 10 years ago, it was all about the six figure, this, that, and the other thing. Six figure, six figure, six figure, right? Six figures are great. However, I will tell you that most of those businesses, it costs them five figures to get to six, right? And so there's, what I think is really interesting, or at least I'm seeing in some of my circles, is people are really looking at like what is sustainable,
Mm.
what is what is the thing that's going to work for you? And most importantly, like, what is the desire there? Right? If the desire is to coach 7 days a week, 8 hours a day, because that's what turns you on, and by the end of the day, awesome. But if that's not what is really there for you, then finding the scale that's right for you is super important. So there's like it's almost like there's a turning away from the here's the formula to a what does the individual want. And certainly now more than ever we've got technology to support us in that. And so finding that place of like, oh, I'm supported versus I'm supporting everything else. So anyway, you can tell this, you might be able to tell that this is something I'm passionate about. So,
Yes,
uh,
yes, I love it. And then you also have a gift for our attendees. Do you want to talk about that?
yes, absolutely. So I am offering an erotic business breakthrough call. In part because I really want to hear what people are saying and what they're interested in. And I love supporting people in having strategy and about how to have more of what they want. And so this is this is not a sales call. This is absolutely a coaching call. It's also a my it's to help you get more into your desire. We will start the call with a getting into our bodies, finding that juice, and then we'll move from there. So I really look forward to talking to people about their business and sparking that the erotic spark there, inviting people to bring eroticism to their businesses. Because it's like we spend more time in our business than just about anywhere else, except maybe sleeping. And so I truly believe that your business should be. I mean, I certainly know that I want my business to be a place of turn on. And I also have a theory that it would be much more fun to work with other businesses that are also turned on.
For sure, for sure. So yes, again, Deborah is going to be joining us on Saturday, 5 p.m. Eastern, and you can actually go right into the calendar or her tile inside the classroom, add to calendar so you never miss her, so you won't miss her talk. So add that in. And Jason, anything else you want to wrap up with?
No, this is just going to be a really good session. I mean, come on, we need to be turned on with our businesses. I think this is a really powerful use because this energy, oftentimes they say this is the most powerful energy within us. And to bring that into our businesses and to be able to speak about this, I think is really just going to impact a lot of us. So show up for Deborah's session for sure. Get it locked in your calendar. Join her live. If you can't join her live, obviously catch the recording, but try to be there live because it's going to be great. And especially like she said, it's going to be interactive. So being able to actually put into practice exactly what she's talking about. And who knows, afterwards, your business may never be the same.
I hope not. So, I mean, I hope it anyway. So I just want to say thank you so much, and I shout out to all of the incredible people that you have joining the summit. There's some really great sessions coming up, including mine. But I'm thrilled to be a part of this, and thank you so much for all of the work that you're doing, known and unknown, seen and unseen. I really appreciate your supporting the evolution of coaching because it's a thing.
It is a thing. Thank you, Deborah. Thank you so much for joining us and taking part. And everyone, make sure you lock in that calendar time with her. Get it on your calendar so you get the notification. And we'll see you all in the next one.
Take care.
Take care.